How's everybody doing? So this is episode number 2 in the Model Train Shop Talk. Um, the first one a couple of weeks ago really surprised me, and I just want to thank everybody for all your comments and all your support. It was outstanding. I mean, for a niche channel to get 8,000 views like in a week or two, that's really something. I really appreciate that. But it really surprised me as well. All the comments were great. All the talk was really good, very sound community discussion. Really, really appreciate that. I read all your comments. I read all of them on every single episode. I really make a point of doing that because your comments and your discussion around the community is really important to me, and that's part of the reason for the channel, right? So, this will be number 2 then, and what it's going to be is Model Train Shop Talk, whether or not to weather. Um, so it's not about dividing two camps, like, those that know how to weather and those that maybe don't know how, but then say, well, I don't want to or I don't need to. Like, I get that. Like, I like a really good, clean locomotive as well. You can see both these are Atlas DCC ready GP40-2s that you can still get for, I don't know, about 150 bucks Canadian. Like, these I would say are probably the best deal out there. There's tons of them out there. They're excellent runners, especially for the shelf layout. And there's lots of different liveries left still for those that want to custom paint. They're, for the money, I would say probably the best locomotive going out there. Now, part of the reason why I weather is because I can, I guess, or I've practiced it so long and arrived where I'm at just from practice, just like most people. And there's a lot of people out there that are so talented with paint. They've taken it to another level. I love the fact that there's been this movement from, the enamel-based, solvent-based paints to acrylics. I've been using basically mostly acrylics. I do make exceptions. I use really high pigment quality oils as well, but to be honest, I don't like dealing with, even if it's odorless spirits on my bench. Like I just would rather use water. Like, just use tap water. Yeah, I've tried distilled water, but it doesn't really matter. And I love using acrylics. Like, it is a bit of a different learning curve, but it's a lot well, I don't know if it's safer, but anyway, I like the enviro friendly, at the kitchen table or the shop desk or what have you. And there's no smell. It's not toxic. And yeah, so the weathered locomotive. Should I weather my locomotive or shouldn't I? It's up to you. I like to do it because the channel is basically about, if you look at the sub channel, which I added just recently, the immersive model railroad. And the idea with, boomer dioramas and the shelf layout is to demonstrate how we can create just a very small layout with a very large immersion factor. And even if you want to run, unpainted locomotives like this, they still look great. If it's the period, like if it's period specific, in my case, it's 2010, around there. So I'm trying to keep my rolling stock and locomotives relative to that period, give or take 5 or 10 years around that center point. But once again, with weathering, if you want to learn how, there's lots of videos out there. I have tutorials and a few series that demonstrate how I go about weathering, which is just one of many. But the techniques that I demonstrate also apply to rolling stock and locomotives. So I don't know what you think about that, but let me know. Would you even paint a nice Genesis locomotive or a cheaper Atlas or a Walthers or a Bachmann? What would you practice on? Have you tried it? Have you even stepped out there and said, well, you know, I'm just going to give it a go and see what happens. Anyway, let me know in your comments down below. And yeah, have at her. You know, you won't get anywhere if you don't try. So thanks for tuning in. Thank you once again for all your support. And just in closing, I would just like to mention one thing in terms of shop talk. I've noticed that from my one supplier that I order from here in Canada, I'll give them a plug, Otter Valley Railroad. They're really great service and their shipping is fantastic. I generally buy from them, and I noticed that they had ESU Loc Sound Direct version 5 boards, quite a few of them on hand, just about a week or two ago. Guess what? I just checked this morning and they're sold out. I'm sure they'll be restocking again, but it just shows you the popularity of what's happening with the immersion level, the immersive model railroad. So thank you very much, and I hope you have a great day. And look forward to the next episode where I'm going to do a sit-down painting a weathered sign revisit with a little bit of Bob Ross thrown in. Okay, have a great day.